What's going on, everyone? So for this week, we're going to start working on mobility and flexibility in through the hamstrings. So usually how I'll start with all my soccer players in the beginning of the session is being a bit more dynamic in through lengthening the hamstrings to help just basically warm you up before the session and help prevent any injury along the way. So what you're going to start out with is in half kneeling position, hands down onto the floor, pushing my hips back till I feel that stretch in through behind the thigh and the inner thigh, and then you're going to come up, try and squeeze the glutes. You're going to just start out with doing about a 3-second hold, just get in a little deeper each time, and then coming up. One thing I also like to do with this one is point the toes up, so that's going to really bias more of that with the hamstring. Coming up, good. So again, you're just going to do a small hold, and you can alternate between the toe down and the toe up. What's also going to look like just from the side, send the hips back as far as you can until you get that hamstring stretch. Then you come up, sit back, then coming up. Same thing with the toes pointed up. Then really squeezing the glutes up top. That's going to be the first one. You'll do that on both sides. Typically, I'll do that 3-second hold and doing about 6 to 8 reps on each side, just doing one set real quick. So this next one is going to continue to build off of this last exercise. These are called Bosch holds. It's an isometric biasing the hamstrings. So you're going to gain a little bit more mobility in through there, and again, to help prevent any injury and just prime the body before the session. So you're going to start out going on your back. You have a slight knee bend, so you're not fully straightened out. You're going to dig both heels into the floor and driving the hips up. And you're actually just going to hold this position. So I tend to like to hold this, especially when you're starting out, about 10-second hold. So after 10 seconds, you can drop, then you can relax. You can straighten out the legs to kind of give your hamstrings a little bit of a break. Then you'll come back up. Again, driving the hamstrings down, lifting the hips up. One tip with this to gain a little bit more mobility in through there is actively think about pulling the heel towards your hips as you're lifting up. So that's going to really fire the hamstrings and help you gain a little bit more mobility in through there. So again, you're holding that for 10 seconds, then you can relax. So as these tend to get easier, I like to progress from doing a double leg to a single leg. So what that's going to look like, same position in through that right side. This other side is going to come up. So you're going to lift the hips up, really driving that heel down. And again, you're holding that for 10 seconds, and then you can switch sides. For this third exercise, it's a version on the half kneeling hip drive that you probably have done and seen in the past. All you're going to need is something to slide on. I'm going to drive my heel into the slider, fully kick out, and get that hamstring stretch as I'm going forward. And then I'm going to come up and then just slide up. So I'm going to go up, getting that big old stretch, and then I'm going to curl up. So I like to kind of use my arms with this motion because, again, what it's doing, it's mimicking that sprinting position. So aligning your pelvis and your legs in that same position that hamstrings tend to get hurt in. Forward, and going back. One thing I like to add in too is going at different angles to get even more length, more tension in through that hamstring. So you're going to get that big old stretch, and then you curl out. So you're going here, going forward, boom. Now going out to the side, big old stretch. Again, those are 3 exercises I love to do with my soccer players before going into the session, whether that's taking the field or just doing more of a strength session here in the gym. And a quick recap on what developing mobility for a soccer player looks like. Mobility is a combination of flexibility, stability, and coordination across various joints and muscle lengths. As you continue to progress with these exercises and develop greater hamstring mobility, you will be at a greater advantage on the field while reducing your hamstring injury risk.